After the final episode of the third season of The Mandalorian aired in April, one of the biggest questions in the Star Wars universe is when can we expect the fourth season? Well, we have the answer to that question and many updates regarding Season 4 of The Mandalorian. Welcome to Star Wars Deconstructed, students of the Force and acolytes of the galaxy. Whether you're a Jedi, Sith, or somewhere in between, join us today as we give you all the recent updates on the fourth season of The Mandalorian as gotten from the Direct. In The Mandalorian Season 3, set 5 years after Season 2, Din Djarin and Grogu reunite after Grogu chooses to return to Din instead of training with Luke Skywalker. They join forces with Bo-Katan Kryze and her Night Owls to liberate Mandalore from the Imperial Remnant led by Moff Gideon, who possesses the Darksaber, Mandalore's symbol of leadership. As of now, the fourth season of The Mandalorian is already in the works as Jon Favreau, the creator of the breakout live-action show, revealed in a recent interview with the French outlet BMF TV that the scripts for the fourth season of the Star Wars series have been completed and are ready to be brought to life. The release date for Season 4 of The Mandalorian has not been officially announced yet, but it is speculated that the new season could potentially be scheduled for either mid-2024 or early 2025, contingent upon the cast availability for filming. Some sources suggest that the show might return by the end of 2024 at the earliest. The original plan was to kick things off in September, but then the Writers Guild of America, WGA, went on strike starting May 2nd. Now this strike could mess up the filming schedule if they don't reach an agreement with the film studios soon. The latest updates suggest that Disney and other studios are standing firm and waiting for the writers to feel the pressure and come back to work. People in the know think this might happen in late fall, maybe around the end of October or even close to Christmas, when they finally settle things. To make things more complicated, the Screen Actors Guild, SAG-AFTRA, also went on strike. So until they sort things out with the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers, AMPTP, the actors won't be back on set either. The writer's strike timeline is a bit clearer than the actors. While some say it might end around the same time, it's really up to the AMPTP to get things sorted. So if both strikes wrap up around January 2024, that's when Season 4's production might kick off, which is 4 months later than initially planned. Filming could go on until June 2024, and if everything goes smoothly, we might get Season 4 on Disney Plus by May or June 2025. First up, we have Pedro Pascal, who plays the titular hero Din Djarin. In Season 3, Din officially adopted Grogu as his Mandalorian foundling, and we can expect new adventures for the duo in the upcoming season. Now, while Pedro Pascal provides Din Djarin's voice, the character's action-packed scenes and armor are brought to life by stunt doubles Brendan Wayne and Lateef Crowder. Pascal was pretty busy with HBO's The Last of Us, which might explain why we didn't see much of him in Season 3, but there's hope for more FaceTime with Mando in Season 4. Moving on to Katie Sackhoff, who portrays Bo-Katan Kryze, made her live-action debut in Season 2 and played a significant role in Season 3 as she took on the mantle of Mandalore's ruler. With the clans uniting, there's a chance for some serious teamwork ahead. Emily Swallow's character, the Armorer, was initially suspected of working for Moff Gideon, but she proved her loyalty by helping defeat him and even gave Grogu the Din family name. Carl Weathers plays the High Magistrate Greef Karga, who worked hard to rebuild Navarro. He interacted with Din a few times in Season 3, and now that Din and Grogu are back on Navarro, we might see more of Greef in action. Paul Sun-Hyung Lee portrays Carson Teva, who had some on-screen time in the past seasons. The ending of Season 3 hinted at him having a more prominent role, and with his strong bond with Din, he might need our hero's help if the New Republic gets into trouble. As for Giancarlo Esposito, he's the formidable Moff Gideon. While his fate at the end of Season 3 seems sealed, there's a 50-50 chance he might make a comeback in Season 4. Giancarlo himself expressed the desire to keep returning, so who knows what twists the showrunners might have in store. Season 3 of The Mandalorian wrapped up in a big epic finale kind of way. Din Djarin and Grogu had this touching moment, looking into the Navarro sunset just before the credits rolled. It didn't spill any specific beans about Season 4, but it definitely felt like the end of a chapter for Din and Grogu's journey. In Season 1, Din's main mission was to find Grogu's home, and little did he know that Grogu was home with him all along. So, with Season 3 wrapping up nicely, it seems like Season 4 will kick off a whole new storyline for all the characters. There's been talk about a possible time jump at the start of Season 4, and who knows, maybe the first episode will surprise us with a talking Grogu in the cold open. But most likely, the majority of Season 4 will act as a bit of a break in the Mandoverse story before things ramp up towards Thrawn and that fancy feature film directed by Dave Filoni, which is sounding pretty awesome. We wouldn't be too shocked if a good chunk of Season 4 has Din and Grogu taking on bounty missions for the New Republic before some huge plot twist shakes things up towards the end. That's probably when they'll really lay the groundwork for Thrawn and tie in Ahsoka's story with the Mandalorian. It's even rumored that some of Ahsoka's characters could pop up near the end of Season 4 to show how everything is coming together in the larger Star Wars universe. and Jon Favreau has hinted at a cool crossover with characters from the upcoming Skeleton Crew series. If that pans out, we're in for some serious expansion of the Star Wars galaxy. The big question on everyone's mind: will we finally get to see Pedro Pascal's face in The Mandalorian Season 4? It's a topic that keeps fans buzzing with excitement. Now, having Pascal's face on screen would be a total marketing win, no doubt about it. The guy is a mega talent and beloved by so many fans, but we have to consider the impact it might have on the show's quality and the significance of those rare moments when Din Djarin's helmet was taken off in the past. Remember, in the first 3 seasons, they only revealed Pascal's face at really pivotal moments, like back in Season 1, when he was seriously injured and had to show his face to IG-11 for healing. That was a big deal since he's super strict about keeping that helmet on, but it was a life or death situation. Then in Season 2, he pulled off the helmet in front of a whole room of Imperials just to find out where Grogu was taken. And let's not forget that touching moment in Season 2 finale when Grogu got a glimpse of Din Djarin's face. So if they're going to show Pascal's face again in Season 4, it's got to be for something equally vital and emotional. Those other times were heavy hitters, you know? It'd be tough to top that. But if Pascal's got some extra time in his schedule and can be on set for a good chunk of Season 4 filming, there's a good chance we might see his face once more. I mean, he's so recognizable and adored by fans, it's hard not to give the people what they want. From all the indications, Season 4 of The Mandalorian is not going to be the last one. The show is a massive hit on Disney+, and it's too tied to the larger Star Wars universe to just call it quits. Jon Favreau himself said repeatedly that there are a lot more stories to tell with Din Djarin, our beloved Mandalorian. A Mandalorian is a central piece of a bigger universe known as the Mandoverse. There are other awesome series in the Book of Boba Fett, Ahsoka, and Skeleton Crew that are all connected to this universe, and they all find their place in The Mandalorian. They're building up to a big feature film that'll bring all these shows together, but that's still a few more years away. So you see, there's no way Season 4 could be the end of it all. Now there have been rumors floating around that after Season 4, the show might get a bit of a makeover in its title. Some say it could be renamed to something like The Mandalore. Interesting, right? But we don't know exactly what this end entails or how it'll shape the future of The Mandalorian. As for the episode count, when it comes to guessing how many episodes we'll get in Season 4, it can be a little puzzling. Star Wars shows have all had different episode counts. The first 3 seasons of The Mandalorian had 8 episodes each, while the Book of Boba Fett had 7. And Andor had a whopping 12 in its first installment. And Ahsoka was going for 6. But since the first 3 seasons of The Mandalorian had 8 episodes, and it worked out well, it's a safe bet to assume that Season 4 will follow the same pattern. Jon Favreau seems to be comfortable with that formula, so any future seasons will probably stick to 8 episodes too. So there you have it, all the updates on the anticipated Season 4 of The Mandalorian series. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe and watch the next one.